Um,
So what can I do for you?
I need help with the first question for for B in the take home quiz.
Okay, let me grab the quiz. I've got it right here. I thought I had it. There it is. Quiz 6, take home.
It was quiz 5 for us. Wait.
It's quiz 6.
Oh yeah, it's quiz 6, but the sheet says quiz 5.
Oh, it does say quiz 5, but that's a typo.
Okay.
But you can tell these are problems we've never done. Thank you for letting
Yeah.
me know. If you email me that you told me, I'll give you some extra credit and I'll correct that.
Oh, no problem.
All right, so you're looking at 1B.
Yeah, one B.
That's a
The
good one.
It's the parentheses part, the N, and then at the
It's
bottom is the two.
yeah, it's in choose. It's in choose to. Remember in choose to or in choose are? Let's review that, okay?
Okay.
Because we learned this a while back. All right, so just recall for integers r and n greater than or equal to 0 with n greater than or equal to r. In choose r, which is denoted by n choose r in parentheses, is defined to be n factorial divided by r factorial times the quantity n minus r factorial. Does that look familiar? It was
Yes.
way back in section 5.1. That's why I wanted to give you a quiz on this because it's been so long.
Yeah.
So now, if we have the product from n equals 2 to 4 of n choose 2, let's just expand that. What's the first factor or term in that product?
Two.
Well, it's n is 2, so you're right about the indexing. The first indexing value is 2. It goes in for n. So the first factor is 2, choose 2. All right, times, because it's a product. Now, what's the second factor?
Three.
The indexing number is 3, but the factor is 3, choose 2. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what's the last factor?
Four, choose two.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to look at what 2 choose 2 is. You can think about it this way. You have two objects and you want to know how many ways you can choose both of them. It turns out to be one, but we can just use our formula. Okay, so when n is 2 and r is 2, so n is 2 and r is 2, that factor is n factorial on top, so that's 2 factorial because n is 2, divided by r factorial. Well, r is 2, so that's 2 factorial times n minus r quantity factorial. Well, n is 2 minus r is 2. That quantity factorialized. What is 2 minus 2 anyhow?
Zero.
Do you remember what 0 factorial is?
No.
We have to recall also 0 factorial is defined to be 1, and n factorial is n times n minus 1 factorial for n greater than or equal to 1. So this is going to be 0 factorial down here, but we don't have to worry. That isn't 0.
It's 1.
It's 1. All right, now the second term in this product is 3 choose 2. So n is 3. R is going to be 2 for all of these, okay? Because the 2 on the bottom, the R doesn't change, okay? So what is, according to the definition of n choose R, what should be on the top? It's going to be a fraction.
3 factorial over 2 factorial parentheses 3 minus 2 factorial.
Perfect. And now finally, for the last factor in this product,
4 factorial over 2 factorial parentheses 4 minus 2 factorial.
yep, and that's when n is 4 and R is still 2. Okay, so let me just put a box around this so it's sort of out of our way. We can put a box around this because it's sort of out of our way, or get it out of our way. And now we can start, you know, working on this a little further, right?
Yeah.
So we have on top the 2 factorial divided by the 2 factorial, they'll cancel. And then 2 minus 2 factorial is 0 factorial, but that's just 1. So this becomes 1 over 1. The second,
Okay.
right? And the second factor, well, 3 factorial is 3 times 2 factorial. By definition, 3 factorial is 3 times, the factorial below. And there's a 2 factorial down here. And of course, 3 minus 2 is 1. The 2 factorials will cancel. And of course, 1 factorial is just 1. So this term will turn out to be just 3 over 1. This term is just 1 over 1. And what about this third factor? Well, we've got a 4 factorial up top, but downstairs we have a 2 factorial that we'd like to cancel with, and we have another 2 factorial, right? So
Yeah.
how should we rewrite 4 factorial so that we will be able to cancel with a 2 factorial?
4 times 2.
3
3.
times, keep on going, and then once you get to the 2,
Oh, minus 1. I see it.
like you just, like 5 factorial would be 5 times 4 times 3 times
Times
2,
2.
right? See what I mean?
Ah,
So
so
what,
just keep going back.
remember, it's starting great. That's what I was hoping would happen with this quiz. I was hoping that it would start coming back. So we can cancel this with either one of these. Does it matter? No.
No.
Nah, you're right. So here we have 1
1
over
over
1.
1.
Yeah, 1 over
3
1.
over 1.
Mm-hmm. And then we have what?
4 times 3 over 2.
Yeah, so it's 12 over
Or
2.
2. Do we simplify that or do we just leave it like that?
Oh no, please always simplify.
Okay.
So what will it be? It'll be what?
1 over 1, 3 over 1, and
Well, we're
6.
multiplying. We're multiplying.
Oh, okay.
Remember, this is a product. It's a, yeah, right? Tricky, tricky. It's a product. So the 2 and the 12 will cancel, leaving a 6 up top, right?
Uh-huh.
And this will be, so it's just 1 times 3 times 6, which is 18. And on the bottom, it's 1 times 1 times 1. It'll always be an integer.
Okay, so 18. That's a long one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yep.
okay if I take a screenshot of this or
Of course.
okay? Could you zoom out a little bit? I want to see the definition, the little definition at the top too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and let me make the focus a little better before
yeah,
you try to take a screenshot. How is that? Is that decent?
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so
Um,
glad that you waited for, did you get my little message? You did. So I'm
yeah,
so glad that you waited for me and came in when you got the announcement.
yeah, no problem. For C, am I right?
Uh-huh.
No, I want to make sure I'm right about putting everything inside one big parentheses and then doing the next one. Like say big parentheses, then the parentheses -1 parentheses to the power of k, and then parentheses 2 minus k, close parentheses, and then big close parentheses times then the next one.
It's a plus, actually. C is a
Oh yeah,
summation.
plus. Sorry.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
right for doing that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I mean, do you really need the extra parentheses around the
I just want to
minus
make sure
one
I
to
didn't make
be?
a mistake.
Yeah, you don't really need more parentheses, but it doesn't ever hurt, as long as they're well placed.
Okay.
And you see that bottom problem, number three, it's just practicing with understanding the definition of n choose r. Like number three, r is n minus three. So you just have to be a little careful with number three.
Okay. So basically, say if R was 5, I would just make it 5, choose 2.
Yeah. If n
Okay.
was five, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, you can't pick a particular value for n. I want you to get that for the general n.
Okay.
Want me to do an example that's similar?
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you go back and look at notes, I'll call this 3 prime on the take-home quiz because it's not going to be exactly the same as 3. But let's say we have n plus 1, choose n minus 2 for appropriate size n. Why do I say that? Oh, for appropriate size n. The reason I'm saying that is because we never want to get a number that is negative in n choose r. Like the smallest n would be 2 because we can have a 0. It's okay to choose 0. You're just choosing a subset of size 0. But
We
if
can't choose a negative.
we
Is that?
don't want yeah, you can't choose a negative number of
Uh,
elements to build a subset. Exactly.
okay.
Right. If you remember what n choose r meant, it meant the number of subsets of size r that we can find if we have a set of size n. Remember when we were trying to figure out 5 choose 3, and we had this urn. Maybe you'll remember this when you see it. We had these 5 balls in there.
Yeah.
It's a set with 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we went through and we said, we'd like to build subsets of size 3 from this set of size 5. How many different subsets of size 3 can we can we create? And remember, we went through and we said, oh, we could pick ball 1, ball 2, and ball 3. That's, subset number 1.
Yeah.
And then we grabbed, 3 other balls and made subset number 2. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
1, 2, and like 4. Anyway, we did that, and at the end, it was subset number 10. We actually got 10 subsets.
Yeah.
And
The last one was 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at the
that's
notes right
that's
now.
that's right. So just remember when we're asking about n choose r, we're really asking how many subsets of size r can we take from a set of size n? How many different subsets of size r are there? So here what we do is we look for the larger number. Like if we look on the number line, here's n plus 1. Right before it is n.
And then
right?
n minus 1.
And then if you keep going, it would be n minus 2.
Minus 2.
Right. So the n plus 1 is definitely larger.
Yeah.
So n plus 1, we can read uh, factorialized. See, let's look at the formula. This is equal to the top factorialized. So n plus 1 factorialized divided by the bottom n minus 2 factorialized times the r, the r taken away from this top value. So this is n plus 1 minus n
N
minus
minus 2
factorial.
factorial.
So you have to be a little careful. So up top we have n plus 1 factorial. On the bottom we have the n minus 2 factorial, but now we got to be careful. N minus n is certainly going to go away, right?
Yeah.
But 1 minus a negative 2 is actually 3. Because when this minus distributes to the negative 2, this becomes a
A
plus 2.
positive. Oh, that's for a
Uh-huh.
second.
And then we want to cancel as much as we can. Well, the point is the n plus 1 is bigger than the n minus 2. So we can expand n plus 1 factorial. It's n plus 1 times the integer right before, which is n,
N
times,
n minus 1
times,
n minus 2.
and then all the ones that are below that just get rolled into the factorial. See, we stop when we get to n minus 2 factorial. The next factor would be n minus 3, and the one after that would be n minus 4. But we
Or
don't need to go that far because we have an n minus 2 factorial right here that we will then be able to cancel now that we see,
n minus 2 also.
yeah, factorial. And then we still have the 3 factorial down here. So this becomes n plus 1 times
Times
n,
n times n minus 1 factorial over 3 factorial.
which is 6.
So if we anytime we want to like simplify it more, we basically just need to keep adding we just need to keep adding to the top part of the little divide part until we find something that could divide the denominator.
That's right.
Okay.
Now, the that's if the top number is larger than the bottom number,
Okay.
but it could be something like this.
Could it be the opposite way if the bottom number is larger?
Well, we want to get an integer answer, so we don't want the bottom number to be larger than this.
Okay. Okay. Hello.
Hello. So this should help you. This is similar to number 3, but it's not exactly the same.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I take a screenshot of this too?
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you. That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye.
Bye.